Oh, shoot. That's right. It didn't save. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Detroit Lions Weekly. Nothing saved, man. All right, give me a check. Give me a second. Oh, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to, there it is, Detroit Lions Weekly, week 14. And also, let me fix this date real quick. If I don't save my software, it won't save. So we'll go and we'll say it's the 11th. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. You know, I've been so consumed on Syndicate Sports Detroit, I forgot we were supposed to be live on this channel. But give me audio. So quick, check this out. Any of the music that I use, you can actually you can download Shazam. And the cool thing about Shazam is you can Shazam it while it's playing. So you could go to I'll tell you what it is, but you can go just for future reference. If there's any track from anywhere that you like, I'll be in the store sometime and I have the Shazam app downloaded on my phone. So I'll Shazam it from the store. You might look a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'll do is I'll tap Shazam and I'll walk and I'll hold it up to the speaker so it can connect. But if you are watching a YouTube video and you like the song, go to Shazam, open Shazam, tap Shazam, and go to the video and play it. And then Shazam can pick it up. Now, I have YouTube Premium, so I can play things in the background. I can leave the YouTube app and play them in the background. I've had YouTube Premium for a couple of years now. The name of the song is called No Ice by Dylan Sitz. That's the name of the song. Also, we are trying something new. YouTube is in like this weird, they're always changing things and you don't know. So if you've noticed that you'll be in somebody's live stream and you'll see a shorts feed live and a real live. And you'll be like, it's the same show. Why is it showing twice? Because one is in the shorts feed and one is on the regular, kind of YouTube view. So YouTube is changing the way things is. So this is actually the first time that I've done this. And so we should be live in two different places, on the shorts feed and on regular YouTube. What's up, Alan? We got Nathan in the building. What up, nephew? What's going on? Julio, Run, 7 Monkeys. Was about to say no, well, you missed the live stream. What up, Control Alt Dylan? That's funny. Chicken thighs in the crock pot. Yo, that's crazy. My wife has a Instant Pot. That mug is beautiful. Unless the seal breaks. Like, then it's a pain in the butt. Lauren, what up, though? Bro, I still haven't sent that off. I need to do that today, my guy. Sharon Moore, your twin? Absolutely. Damon, not, bruh. No. Especially with what happened yesterday. That brother, I'm the kind of brother, got caught up, bro. That's crazy, bro. People need to, man. I mean, he went from fire to in trouble to, it's crazy. Run says, I was expecting a spiked Kool-Aid today. Okay, so Run, what had happened is I forgot it was Thursday, right? I forgot it was Thursday, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been so consumed with spiked Kool-Aid that I forgot I'm supposed to do Detroit Lions Weekly. So we might skip spiked Kool-Aid on Thursdays and just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We might have to do that. Audio is good. Thank you, Lauren. What up? We got Patty, Rich. We need the Michigan reaction. Oh, no, I ain't going nowhere near that, bro. To the no. I'm not going anywhere near that. What up? Hey, bro, Nate. You know who you remind me of, man? I was like, you kind of remind me of Taylor Lewan, bro. The way that your mustache is and his at the games. Sam in the building. What's up, Sam? Since I'm pulling for the Lions, though, Eagles falling apart fast. Man, y'all always falling apart, and y'all come back and win something. It's crazy what happened to the Michigan coach. Yeah, man. SW Lions in the building says, I don't get the infatuation with KD from Alabama. Michigan beat him twice. Alabama has become soft since he took over. No idea. I still like Stafford a lot, but my only loyalty is for the Detroit Lions. I want Goff to beat the crap out of him. That sounds like my kind of fan. Bro, he played for the Tennessee Titans. He used to play at Michigan as well. What's up, Derek? What up, Jake? Yeah, I like Stanford too, but on Sunday I'm rooting for the Lions. Is Ragnar going to play? Matt, bro, where have you been? Matt, I ain't trying to be funny, bro. Where have you been? Mac, did you go to Mars? Did you go to a different planet? And I'm not trying to pick on you. Did you literally, do you live under a rock? Is Ragnow playing? No, Ragnow is still retired. He failed a physical. I'm sorry, bro. He failed a physical. Okay, so we did get word that Kirby is playing. Is that what you guys are saying? Because I haven't heard any updates about that. What up, Dolo? All right, so let's have a conversation, man. Lions got a big game this week. We got Goff versus Stafford, part 4. Now, part 1 was in 2021 when Stafford was on his Super Bowl run and we had to go back to LA. We lost that game 28-19. And this was a different Lions team. I mean, it was a different Rams team. You had Aaron Donald on that team. You had Jalen Ramsey on that team. You had a couple other guys as well, right? But, and the Lions team was different. I mean, we had Jeff Okudah. We had DeAndre Swift. We still had Romeo Okwara. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no Aiden Hutchinson on this team. So the team is a lot. Kirby Joseph, when we played them, he wasn't on the team, right? So we got a lot of players that are going to be different on both sides. And this is a big game for Detroit. I mean, it is a huge game for Detroit. If Detroit can pull this off, we legit could go 4-0 down the stretch and end up 12-5. And if we end up 12-5, you know what I'm going to say then. You know what I'm going to say then. No, Michigan is not in the playoffs. No, they do have the Citrus Bowl. Is it the Citrus Bowl that they have? No, some bowl that they got. They are playing Texas, I think it is. Let me see. You can't stop everything. If I were shipped, I would have focused on stopping the run and take Shepard away their short passing game. I'd rather give up some quick scores than death by 1,000 cuts, 8-minute scores. Our defense is way better now. Leo, did you watch the video from last night, my friend? The one that nobody cares about? Did you watch that defense video? I wouldn't be so quick to say that if, yeah. Woozy says, I used to watch Woodward Sports for some info, but they've fallen off and they clickbait all the time. So I've been coming to you for my Lions news. Appreciate all the work you do. Woozy, I appreciate you. And yeah, Woodward, I don't know why they, you know what? Yes, I do. They're the biggest kind of local sports, channel on YouTube. So I understand, but they come up a lot. Sometimes I bring them up sometimes. But yeah, man, they, that's what happens when you kind of, you burn a lot of bridges, and it seems like allegedly the owner of Woodward Sports or one of the owners of Woodward Sports that he likes to burn people and burn bridges. This is all allegedly. I also heard he likes to sue people, so I got to say allegedly. But it's just, yeah, you got the morning. I've never watched. I've never really tuned in to Woodward, but I know that it used to be completely different, and the morning show has changed. I think the golden age, if I'm gonna say, for Woodward Sports, is it was Adam, Jeff, Booner, all those guys, and like 90% of the original people are gone, which I'm telling you, if people change all the time, there's something usually going on behind the scenes that's not good. I can't believe, yeah, that's right. The Cheez-It Bowl. That's what I knew it was something with a C, bro. Yes, it is the Cheez-It Bowl, Sergey. That is it. KJ didn't practice today. Woodward likes to give clickbait, false hope, and I don't want, really, I don't even know, man. I know their new thumbnails are nice. They do pop in my feed, but I don't really watch. What up, Lori? Says, hey, all. I tried to watch Woodward once. Nope, they are not my type of personalities. As of today, Lions control their own destiny. Went out, and they are in. Yes, SW. It's even, that's 100%, man. We went over that. Yeah, if they win every game, they'll definitely be in for sure. What up? What's up? What up, bro? What is that? What is that, Uncle? What is that, bro? Syndicate content is so much better. Dude actually interacts with viewers and doesn't clickbait, no glaze. Oh man, listen, real talk. I mean, I could be one of them channels that never is in the comment section, and it's hard to be in the comment section because y'all are ruthless. Y'all are ruthless, bro. But at the same time, I understand that it's not like just me, you know what I'm saying? It is the comment section. It is the interaction. It is all that stuff. That's what makes, when I say at the end of my videos, it's because of you, I get to do what I do. That's a real statement. If you didn't watch, if you didn't comment, if you didn't subscribe, if you didn't do all that stuff, then I wouldn't be able to sit here in front of you like I can do. So, but look, let's get into the game, man. The Lions got a really, really big game. And I said this on Syndicate Sports Detroit. Make sure y'all subscribe to that channel. We are that I'm gonna tell you what, since we brought up Woodward Sports, I created this channel to compete with Woodward. It's just the problem is I don't have the the resources to pay people to like in advance. So what they do is they get money from the content they make, but it's very hard to find creators that want to put in the effort that you do. But Syndicate Sports Detroit was created to compete with Woodward because it was made for that reason, and also to offer the opportunity for people who want to make content about their favorite Michigan subject, as far as sports. So make sure y'all subscribe to that channel. We do go live typically every day. I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks, and it's been working out good. Right now, it's just me. Motor City Cats is part of the team as well, and Nick is still a thing, but I haven't heard from him in a while, so hopefully he's doing okay. But we had a conversation about Matthew Stafford, man, and I understand if you feel like a lot of love for Matthew Stafford or he is nostalgic or you just got a soft spot for him. I mean, when he came in the league, he literally had a baby face. He had like baby fat on him and everything. It was crazy. But for me, I'm ready for this to be over. Like, I'm done with Stafford. I have no love. I do not care when he comes back. If I am a season ticket holder and he tries, I hope he doesn't try to retire a Detroit Lion. But if he does, I will probably sell my tickets or I'll go to Boo. Like, it's not a thing. Matthew Stafford is dead to me. That's just point blank, period. But we have a huge game, whereas my man, Let's Talk Lions likes to say huge. So him and Al Michaels are like the only two people I've ever heard say huge. But anyway, we have a huge game on Sunday. The Lions winning this game, they stay in contention for not only the playoffs, but yes, the first seed. That first seed dreams will live on. I myself don't care if we get the first seed. We've already done that. I wouldn't mind it a couple years from now, but it's like the sting is too fresh. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even mind if we're like 11-6. You know what I mean? Maybe if we're 11-6, we'll have a different outcome than we've had at 12-5 and 15-2, right? So, but we have a really, really big game, and we're still down. Now, the Lions did bring in a couple guys. We brought in Kazi and the other gentleman as well yesterday. Not scrubs by any means, and I'm wondering if that means that Kirby is going to play. We will get that update tomorrow. Yo, Grid, didn't get a notification of your live stream. Yeah, YouTube is doing that as well. They're doing that as well. Put it this way. If Stafford makes the Hall of Fame, I think it'll go through the Rams, not the Lions. Oh, you know what? Stafford is going to make the Hall of Fame. I just don't know if it's going to be a first ballot. In Detroit, he wasn't there yet, but what the numbers he's putting up in LA are ridiculous. They really are, man. He had gone 27 touchdowns with no interceptions until that Carolina game. And he had like a tip drill interception, which is always sucks. You know what I mean? And if they were going to continue to put interceptions like tip drills, it would be nice if they made another stat or like a variation of an interception where tip drill, tipped INT or dropped INT. Those would be great. Just INTs, man. I don't know. Stafford has 2 interceptions Sunday, says Patty. Lori says, I am with you, Derek. I do not like Stafford. He's not a Lion. I focus on my team right now. Goff is our QB. When Stafford was here, he annoyed me. Yeah, bro, I almost forgot someone today. They said Cam Scatterboo is better than Gibbs. No. We really doing that? We really doing that, bro. That's crazy. Julio says 5th seed. What's up, Camille? Says, I'm going back to Dearborn to visit my family. I really don't want to drop money on a home game. They are so overpriced. Well, don't, bro. Don't. Stay with your family and watch it there. Go to a local bar in Dearborn. Watch it there, bro. I'm with you. What up, Rich? Rich is in the building. Says, this one is one of those crazy games. 11-6 should get you in, but it's not a lock. Yeah, right now. Chicken Nugget, what up, though, man? What's good with you, bro? Says, I see at least 4th seed might sound crazy. Really? You know what, bro? I don't know, Chicken, because I think the winner of the AFC South, the NFC South, is going to get the 4th seed. I think they're already pretty much locked in. It's either going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who play tonight, or the Carolina Panthers. So I think that for us, it's more likely 3. I think there is a scenario that we could get 2, but I think it's going to be more likely 3. He put 5,000 passing yards in Detroit, though. Yeah, he did. That seemed like a long time ago. Cam isn't the hype. Did y'all hear about, first of all, let me say this. Hold on. The Philip Rivers, I know this is We'll get into it, but the Phillip Rivers thing is crazy. So I'm sure you guys have heard, but we did have a person ask about Frank Ragnow. Phillip Rivers came out of retirement, restarted his Hall of Fame eligibility to play for the Colts. That's crazy. Yes, you heard me correctly. Phillip Rivers, who last played for the Colts during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, came out of retirement, reset his Hall of Fame eligibility to play for the Colts. So now he has to wait another 5 years before he's eligible. And that's when he's done. And the crazy part is Daniel Jones wore his number. Now that Daniel Jones is on IR, he can have it back. I mean, but on top of that, Cam Newton, I knew he was going to have something to say. He is upset that the Colts didn't call him. And I just say, man, that's why your reputation is a big deal. Your reputation is a big deal, man. What you do on and off the field, it matters. Plus, Cam Newton seems like he's all about himself. He might as well go down that Kaepernick road, man. He's done. Cam is done. Combat says Phillip was never going into the Hall of Fame. I mean, Combat, eventually he would have got there. He would have got there. It would have been like 15, 20, 30 years. But Phillip would have got there. He would have got there eventually. Let me see. Goff is going to have pass for 5K when you got Monty and Gibbs. Oh, Goff don't have to pass. Man, my mustache hair. I can't stand the Colts, but I would love to see Rivers play in a Super Bowl. Did you hear about Kaepernick stuff connected to Rivers? No, but I did. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but it's almost like Colin, let it go, bro. It's been what? How long has it been, man? 6, 7 years? Like, you might as well give it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not coming back. That's my thing. Let me see. Yes, so Phillip Rivers, he has a grandchild. He has a grandchild. I don't know if he is the first NFL player in history to still play with a grandchild, which is crazy. All with the same woman, his wife, that's something. Hey, first of all, SW, 10 kids is something by itself. All with the same woman is something else. That's a whole different, yes, that's a accomplishment. That, I mean, in more ways than one, but congratulations to Phillip Rivers. Let me see. Jordan with the super chat, 199 says, do you think Frank will play next year? Jordan, that is a great question. I don't know. Dan Campbell said he really doesn't know if Frank is going to play next year. It depends. If Frank was willing to come back this year, I would assume he would want to play next year, right? But then maybe he has some more time, and maybe his wife is like, you know what, you got this injury. I'm not sure you should play. Maybe he reassesses his situation and then decides against it. So that is a good year. 6 to 7 years. So yeah, it has been that long. That's insane. Rivers ain't changing his 2-year-old's diapers. Let me see. She's still looking to have all those kids. I know we're going to pull the upset because I'm going to be there at the game with my 2-year-old and wife. Hey, congratulations, Rumpel. SoFi is beautiful, bro. Make sure you enjoy it. Like, I don't know where you're sitting, but it's a very unique stadium. Like, when you come in, I mean, in most stadiums, you come in and you have to go down into, like, they're a bowl. So ground level is where you walk in, and then you go beneath, the ground level. But SoFi is unique, man. It's like you come in on the second level, and then there's like 2 levels beneath you, man. So it's kind of cool. Seattle's defense is going to put him back in retirement. Yeah. I think Ragnow will come back, says Robert. Matt seems fine with it. He still does charity work in Detroit. Fine with what? What are we talking about? Let me see. 2012 was Kaepernick's Super Bowl. All right, so how are you guys feeling about the game? How confident, on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you with the game? I'm excited because of, I think that if Goff can lead this series, like, that'll be great. Right now, of course, Stafford has the Super Bowl. In my opinion, the Rams won the trade because that is why they traded for Matthew Stafford to win a Super Bowl. So they won the trade. Now, if the Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl, I think the Lions would have won the trade more because of the capital that they got back, the players they got back, and the fact that they won a Super Bowl. And it was with a throwaway quarterback, the quarterback that nobody wanted. But I tell you who would take him now, the Indianapolis Colts. I guarantee you the Colts would take Jared Goff in a second. I'm pretty sure if the trade deadline hadn't passed already, it would be at least 2 or 3 calls for Jared Goff right now. Broncos wave Mercedes Lewis. I didn't even know that brother was still playing. That is insane. It's time to go. Time to go. What up, great one? I got some nerves, but confident in our guys without a doubt. Okay, let me see. I'm not necessarily confident, but I'm optimistic about the game. Goff won't be playing at Ford Field Sunday. He is 0-1 at SoFi versus the Rams. Schiff, very true. And Stafford is 0-2 versus the Lions at Ford Field. So what was your point, bro? What was the point of that whole thing? What was the point? Right now, Goff leads. That's the point. Okay, 37-24 Rams. What up, Brandy? What's going on, Queen B? Let me you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Let me find it though.
You're freaking, I know. No, you're freaking, I sure. Freaking, they told me it was a freak.
All right, that's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen. That's an inside joke. Don't take it out of context. Run DC says, I don't think our management would take the cause for Goff because his cap hit is catastrophic. Yes, yeah, I mean, they somebody out there would have done it. But yeah, you are correct. He got like one of them Deshaun Watson type things. Patty says 31-24 Lions. A lot of Detroit Rams fans in this fan base. Combat legend, I hate it. What up, Reg? What's going on? We got Brady on the call. Oh, Lord. We got Brady on the call, too. You know how we do when he calls our game. Somebody said, like, we haven't won with him calling the game. That sounds like the Mike Epps singing. No, that is from, y'all can't tell who that is? That's Jamie Foxx and Tank from the very first episode of R&B Money podcast. You guys can go look it up. It's somewhere within the first 10 minutes. Maybe, I think they do that. It's an inside joke, though. Let me see. Hoodie says, you think we have a better chance beating the Steelers if TJ doesn't play since he was hospitalized with lung issues? Prayers for him, though. You know what? Hoodie, of course. Yeah, and yeah, I saw that today. I was like, what? What just happened? But I think Tomlin made a statement or something but TJ Watt was hospitalized with a lung situation that I don't know if it was related to football. But I think that, yes, of course, if you take a pass rusher like that off the market or off the table, then yeah, our chances go up for real. So yeah, absolutely. That's why this Rams game is so important, because a win here is a big deal. I can't believe we've already been on 25 minutes. That is crazy. Lori says, I'm thinking 27-24 Lions. Camille says, our team is so inconsistent. I have zero confidence. This team needs to prove to me that they have a chance to stop good teams. Yeah, they do. They do. And that's why this game is a big deal. This game is a big deal, man. Who is Stafford's backup? I think Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he's the backup. I wish they flexed the Lions. You know what, Ron? I was thinking they were going to do that too. That would have been great. But don't worry, because the last game of the season is going to be flex. We're going to be 272 for the third time in 4 years. You can book that. When Vilma calls the games, we are undefeated. Brady is a jinx. I said it. Let me see. This seems like a game we would drop. We play the inconsistent Steelers after. Let me see. Whenever I predict the Lions will win, they lose. So I'm predicting the Lions a Rams victory. You know what, Patrick? I'm not a superstitious person. However, that stat is also true with me. I picked us to lose the Baltimore game. We won. I picked us to lose the Dallas game. We won. I'm going to pick us, spoiler alert, to lose the Rams game. So we'll see what happens. Every time I get a feeling or I go with my gut, it always lets me down. So, yes, Jimmy. Lori says, Jimmy's still in the NFL? Yes, he is, Lori. Wait a minute. Did you hear Goff was tired of hearing the narrative between him and Stafford? I did see that Detroit Sports Podcast said he was over it or something like that, but I didn't read the article, so I did not hear that. But I couldn't imagine. Am I going to the game? I am at the crib, man. No, sir. Do you want to win a Super Bowl? Show me on the field. 12-5. What's most likely? Detroit wins out or Chicago lose out? Chicago lose out. Chicago loses out. Now, if you ask me that after the Rams game, and the Rams game and we won that game, then I would say, I would probably still say Chicago loses out. But I mean, we still have We got the Steelers, beatable team, and they're at the crib. And then we got a Vikings team we're going to try to get our get back. And then, of course, the Bears, and that's a way for them to lose out. So Dolo says Corum and Williams both have 700 yards apiece. You know what? I like the fact that they start using Blake a lot. I think he was underused for the first couple, year of his career or whatever. Let me see. Where are we at? Dude sounding like females. Next, they'll say their astrology sign says Lions will lose. Combat, I really don't know what you're talking about right there. Says online has to be the best game of their life. O-line has to be the best game of their life. Pass rush has to be elite, and defense has to ball out. SW says Rams 44, Lions 27. Shame what happened to the Michigan head coach, Derek and family. What up, bro? Derek, I just believe we are catching this team at a bad time. Now, Chicago is not losing at home to Cleveland. Hey, SW, okay, I actually got Cleveland as the upset pick. It's going to be super cold, 10 degrees in Chicago. I'm actually going to take the Cleveland Browns. I got them because even though they faced the Green Bay Packer defense, the Cleveland Brown defense is still better, and they got to deal with Myles Garrett. And Myles Garrett ain't a stunt, pass rusher. He not a guy that runs like Micah Parsons is a stud, but Micah Parsons is not a 3-point stance guy. This guy, has Caleb Williams played Myles Garrett before? Like, I don't know if they played him his rookie season, but I'm actually picking Cleveland to win this game, and it's not anything to do with the Ben Johnson situation. Let me see. Flair says, I don't get the Woodward 4 live shows, and we don't have a lot of content creators for the Lions and Detroit sports, but I show love to them all. Flair, what do you mean? Like, what's not to get? What's not to get? Oh, you mean like the sun? You mean when Mike Payton be talking about the moon and all that stuff? Defenses couldn't even pressure Love. Let me see. I do like Shedeur Sanders, though. Browns lucked into that pick. Bro, it's almost like everybody was ignoring him. You know what? I think 90% of what happened to Shedeur was his father. I mean, I'm not going to say Shedeur is blameless because I've seen it. But when your dad is Deion Sanders, bro, are you not going to be any different from Deion Sanders? When it's like, I'm here and I'm about to get comfortable. When you got your own line of sunglasses, like, I you know what I'm saying? So I can't really blame Shedeur, which is crazy. Let me see. Shedeur balled out. Yeah. Listening while on my way to Meyer. Do you Goff will choke the cold in Chicago? Meyer's the spot, bro. For real. Superstition and jinxes are fake. Yes, I believe that both are fake. Helicopter Dad. Shedeur is playing on a team that has next to no talent surrounding him. Absolutely. I hope Jackson and Jigba doesn't break Megatron's record. Yeah, he is balling out of control, bro. Steve, what up, bro? Steve, I think I just unhid you, bro. I don't know why you were hitting. Have you commented over here in a while, Steve? I literally just unhid. I don't know why you were on the block list, but I cleared it. I said I was going to clear my block list when I went to subscriber only, and I did that today. So I was like, yo, why is Steve over here? Studio says, our defensive backfield has been hurt for 3 years straight, trying to compensate for bad D-line play. Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, how many yards you think Matthew Stafford going to put up? I think both. I think Jarrett going to go for 250, 75. I think Stafford going for another 350. I think Stafford throwing for 350. Our entire secondary is wiped out. We got 2 guys that just got to the team this week. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, brother. Like, the Rams, and if we can pressure Stafford, though, like we did to Dak, then we can win this game. We can win this game. The NFL don't like an overly confident brother. Yeah, they didn't like his dad either. Megatron's record has been beaten by 16 games for me to recognize it. Hey, speaking of 16 games and records, Myles Garrett got 4 games. He need 3 sacks to break the record in 4 games, but I think he's trying to do it in 3. And I'm with you. The 17-game season, but then you can also say that about the 14-game season many, many years ago, right? Before the NFL went to 16 games, that there's a lot of records. That's one thing that I wish the NFL would do is like separate, where it's like, okay, well, since this day or since 16 games or whatever. And they would have like different leaders for different eras. It's a different era, bro. So to compile all of these kind of stats and records together, I mean, sacks didn't exist to the 1980s. What would I do? Like when I was first born, there was no such thing as a sack. You know what I'm saying? It was just a regular tackle, tackle for a loss. I couldn't believe that. He won't throw over 300. Who, Stafford? Okay. All right. Okay. Steve, come on, dog. Steve, tell me why. Tell me why. At least tell me why. Tell me why Stafford is not throwing over for 300. That's what I want to know. Let Stafford throw for 300 yards. We need to get the turnovers and stop the run, which we're pretty good at. We're pretty good at stopping the run, and we had a really good turnover game. Miles breaking a record and setting it. How many sacks you think he's going to end with? He's sitting at 20 with 4 games left. How many sacks do you think, Matt, that Myles Garrett? I think he's going to average at least 1 a game, so that puts you at 24. If he has another 5-sack game, the dude could legitimately be at like 28, 30 sacks. All he needs is 1 multiple sack game. You know what I'm saying? And that already puts him. Think about this. If he gets 3 sacks in 1 game, that's the record. And then everything else is on top, is icing on the cake. And then you got a bonus game, which is insane. Did you hear about the Alabama coach possibly being the Michigan new head coach? No, Aaron, I did not hear that. I stayed away from I'm not really into Michigan like news like that. I saw what happened to the coach because it was all over my feed yesterday. He put up, let me see. Okay, he put up 35-9 over one team because they dropped 44 last week. I don't believe he'll drop another big game. Okay, if Shador Browns upset Chicago, I will start rooting for him. Okay, so y'all think Myles Garrett with 28? You know what? That's kind of the number I had. 30 sacks is crazy. Yeah, 30 would be insane. You know what? If he got 30 sacks, I really don't think anybody would break that until 18 games, which is coming soon. I think NFL would be at 18 games before 2020 or by 2030. In the next 5 years, NFL will have 18 games. Great One says 20 to 30 sacks. Remember when Steve, I never thought we was going to land Myles Garrett because Brad Holmes ain't going to do that. But I was making videos about it, though, because that's what you do. I never thought Brad, you know he going to get, he going to get Marcus Davenport. Like, Brad he don't want no pass rusher. He don't want no pass rusher. Do you think we're facing a do you think we facing 2 top 10 wide receivers? Puka for sure. Devontae, no. But Devontae Adams, man, it's not washed. I mean, when he was a free agent, I was like, look. Let's say we don't draft Tesla, and we knew we were going to trade Tim Patrick. I mean, St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and Devontae Adams, oh my goodness. Like, Sam Laporta, before he got hurt, Monty, if you actually use him, and Jahmyr Gibbs, bruh, we would have been hard to check, for real. Devontae is a technician. Let me see. Actually, they start counting sacks the day the Lions, if they start counting sacks in the day the Lions player would have set the record. What? No, the record is 22.5. I think that's the record. Can you imagine the hype around us if we beat the Rams this weekend? Hey, Titans. Yes, I can. Because I saw that Rich Eisen, we're not in his top 10. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. We beat the Rams, who are number 1. We got to at least be top 3. If we beat the Rams, we top 3, for real. Derek, I've been watching you for like 2 years. You're the man, dude. Appreciate that, Steve. I prefer 3-4-4 alignment. I want 3-4-4 alignment. I want linebackers out there to bump Puka and Adams. Okay, so who's your 3 down, S Lions? Who's your 3 downs, bro? Hutchin, Garrett would have been insane. Bro, Aiden Hutchinson and Myles Garrett, that's feeding families. That's one thing Brad don't want to. He don't want to feed families, bro. He don't want to feed families. No, the season, could you see another shootout for this game? Absolutely. Once. There's no reason, in my opinion, there's not going to be a shootout. There's not going to be a shootout. Unless the Rams D stifle the Lions, which is, but I don't think they're going to be able to completely shut us down, especially with St. Brown off of 10 days rest. Yes, it is Michael Strahan, and it's 22.5, I believe it is. Stafford will ball out. One way we could win with the turnover batters by attacking Kyron Williams, who is very prone to fumbles. Yeah. Lions have had TV stars for them play more than once. What's more likely, Lions miss the playoffs or Bills finally win a Super Bowl? The Lions miss the playoffs. No. Because the Bills, look, first of all, Josh Allen still have to best Mahomes. And Mahomes right now is not in the playoffs. They cannot win their division. So for the first time in 10 years, the Kansas City Chiefs will not win the division. But the Bills also cannot get over like past Patrick Mahomes. Is this the year? Do they get a gimme, like a default getting over Patrick because he's not in the playoffs? And then if you do, you still got to go through some legit teams. Because I'm going to tell you a team that every AFC team should worry about. I'm going to let y'all guess. What's a team that, and I know it's real broad, but there's only 16 or 15 possible answers. That's a lot. What team, if you were an AFC team, what team would you legit be like, yo, this team is scary right now? Hey, Schiff, right on the head, bro. The Houston Texans, #1 defense in the NFL, going into week 14, they were the only defensive line tandem that had double-digit sacks in 2 of their defensive linemen. The Houston Texans, bro, they are a team to watch out for. They're a team to watch out for. 0-3 to end the playoffs is insane. That's insane. And that's why it would be more egregious for the Lions to miss the playoffs. And it's been great for me not to be on Brad's head for the last 7 days. But you better believe that it's still here. It's still here. Let the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears, who both were 0-5 through, you know what I'm saying? They lost. They were 0-2 and 0-3. Let both of them teams make the playoffs, and we don't. It's gonna be a problem, bro. It's gonna be a problem. Cincinnati offensively. Oh, did y'all hear what Joe Burrow said? Oh, yo, I might have to create an NFL show, bro. Like on my other channel. Did y'all hear what Joe Burrow? Yo, somebody is. I can't even say what they're doing right now. It's an old SNL skit from like 15 years ago. That's hilarious. I can't even say some general manager. All I'll say is Lonely Island did the video. Don't put it in the comments. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all hear what Joe Burrow said, bro? Patrick says, I live in Houston, so I watch their defense a lot. That is the pass rush we wish we had. Hey, this ain't directed towards you, bro. So don't take it like that. But I just gotta. Yeah, we probably could have got it too. I mean, when DeMeco Ryans traded up, he took C.J. Stroud, and then he said, give me Will Anderson Jr. too. I was like, oh, shoot. Watch out. Hey, not that one, bro. Not that one. Justin Timberlake was not in that one. But, okay, never mind, because I don't want to get age restricted, okay? Plus, I got a reputation to uphold. All I know is that Joe Burrow, look, this offseason, the Bengals ain't going to do it. But Joe Burrow is disgusted with the Cincinnati Bengals organization. I'm like, he got everybody talking, as he should. Could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine if Joe Burrow, oh my God, if he goes like anywhere, man, anywhere. Burrow hurt too much. Will Anderson is a stud. Yes, he is. Yes, you know what? And I was hoping we got him too. This is, early in the draft. I hope Goff makes Skip eat his words. What did he say? I don't know. Who cares? And then you know what? I was watching Skip Bayless. Sometimes I think, how long am I going to do this, Derek? Do I want to be old and wrinkly? And do I want to have like dentures or whatever? And I'm still talking about the Detroit Lions. And then I see Skip Bayless. And I was like, that brother old. And he's still talking. I was like, shoot, Samuel L. Jackson still making movies. I could be 73 still. Like, welcome to Lions Syndicate. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? The sky is the limit. Vikings might make a play for him. Ooh, that'd be something. Let me see. Gibbs is going to have a huge game, says Steven. I feel it. We could have had Will Anderson and Hutch, but Brad let the Texans jump ahead of us. Like I said, man, when they came back up, I remember they took C.J. Stroud, and it was like the Texans have traded. I was like, they taking Will, bro. And we were picking 6 that year. And so here's what I believe. A lot of people believe that we wanted Devon Witherspoon. I don't believe that. Maybe we did. You know what? Maybe they were right. At the time, I didn't believe that because I wasn't convinced. I didn't know what I knew now about Brad Holmes, but now I believe it. I believe that he wanted Devon Witherspoon. That's who he wanted. It was not Will Anderson. It was Witherspoon. That's who he wanted. And when he was gone, he traded back and took Jameer. Let me see. That means JJ is on a short leash. JJ gonna go. Look, two biggest names to move. Well, I think JJ is more likely. He more likely than, because the Cincinnati Bengals don't want to give anything up. I thought Skip said, wait, what? Shadow Ram, the defense needs to bring the house, make Matthew Stafford uncomfortable. Give him the ball. Hey, run. That's kind of classic, bro. I like that. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. I like that. Someone brought up Goff for Burrow. Ain't gonna happen, but that'd be crazy, bro. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I love me some Jared Goff, but could you imagine, bro, like a healthy Joe Burrow, and the reason that Joe Burrow always hurt because he don't got a doggone offensive line, and one of the reasons he don't is because they took Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell. They wanted the shiny new toy, not the nitty gritty, down in the dirt trenches. You got to have the trenches, bro. And even the great Joe Burrow cannot win with no offensive line. But could you imagine, man? Whew, Joe Burrow, Jamison Williams, St. Brown, that'd be something. But look, our press conferences will be even more boring than they are now. Nick with the super chat, appreciate you, bro, says, do you think Kirby is playing? I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm going to say no. I don't know. Dan is not giving me a ton of confidence, and we won't know for sure. If he is off the injury report or questionable, he might play tomorrow or Sunday. Burrow will have to pull a Carson Palmer if he wants to win. Patrick, remind me, what did he do? Yeah, he was with you. That's crazy. Carson was with Cincinnati. That's crazy. And then they traded him, to the Raiders, and then he went to the Arizona Cardinals? If they kept Goff upright, we have a chance. Joe Burrow to the Vikings would be nasty. Hey, Joe Burrow anywhere would be nasty. That would be nasty. Joe Burrow basically said that he was, I'll have to pull it up. But he's not happy with the organization. He's not happy. Like, and if I was an NFL, remember Amon-Ra St. Brown said like the one team he didn't want to go to was Detroit. That would be the one team I wouldn't want to go to. Because once you get there, you're never getting out. The only way you can get, think about this. If you're drafted in the first round in Cincinnati, they literally have you for 7 years if they want it. Your entire rookie contract. They could claim your 5th-year option, so that's 5, right? Then you have 2 franchise tags. That's 7 years, bro. That's 7 years. Dude, what if Brad traded for Burrow? I feel bad for Goff. Okay. As much as we're fantasizing, that's not. Look, they both make a bunch of money. And yeah, I would feel horrendous for Goff. I would be really, really sad. Goff would take them to the playoffs. Facts. Steve, bro, Steve, whatever. Can I have what you having, bro? Can I have what you, come on, Steve. I appreciate the optimism, but I need whatever you got, bro. Send it to my P.O. box. I want to sample. I want to sample that. Indigo, what up, though? Hey, your Jags are doing pretty, and another picture change. Okay. Your Jags are doing pretty well, I see. His press conference sounded like he'll have the Andrew Luck career. Yeah, so check this out. I saw on, was it Rich Eisen? It was something, Joe Burrow, in his career, Andrew Luck was sacked. Remember Andrew Luck was getting sacked all the time? It was something like Andrew Luck had been sacked 70-something times. Can anybody take a guess of, I'm going to give you the over. How many sacks do you think that Joe Burrow has had? How many times do you think he's been sacked? Give me like the nearest number, and I'll tell you if you were close. Let me see. This is the playoffs right now. What up, Will? What's going on? Did Harper practice today? I don't know. I don't know if that information was out yet. I moved onto the draft. Says full state. Bro, it's too early. So y'all really playing with my QB like that? He not mobile. Derek, okay. While y'all putting it in the comment section, I'll look it up. This gonna blow your mind. Because I want to. Okay, you guys are ready? You ready? How many times has Joe Burrow been sacked? Joe Burrow has been sacked 203 times. Since 2021, Joe Burrow has been sacked 200, or no, in his career, because he was drafted, it was Burrow, Chase. So since 2020, he was the first pick in 2020, the COVID pandemic, the year that we took Jeff Okudah 3rd overall. Joe Burrow has been sacked 203 times. Andrew Luck was sacked 76 in his 7-year career. 203 times. To put that in perspective, Caleb Williams was sacked like 60 some odd times last year. In a year. So in 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. Joe Burrow's, and you wonder why he's always hurt. 203 times is insane. And I would be ready to go as well. You're going to see him walk straight off he walked straight off the Combat Legends via says, what's up with you, bro? Are you in combat today? What's going on with you, bro? You're real feisty today. Why is Burrow not winning now? Because they have no defense. That's why. Same thing that would happen to any other team. The same. Did you see Josh Allen run for like 60 yards for a go-ahead score? Like, come on, man. Let's go live next season from a local bar. Hey, quick, I would love that. I would love that. But it's hard to find places. And then you also have like the superstition thing too. So if I go to a local bar and then the Lions lose, then y'all gonna be like, you can't go back anymore. So I threw that out the window. I threw that out the window. I'd be tired too if I was sacked that many times. If Burrow is so great, why all the excuses? There's combat. What, bro? What do we need a breather next? What's up with you, bro? What's up? We need a breathing. We need to count to 10. Some inhale, exhale. What's going on, man? He literally has he has never had. I just said that the brother got sacked over 200 times. Let Goff get sacked. If Goff was sacked 200 times, okay, you know what? Let's compare that. Let's compare. How many times has Jared Goff been sacked? And this is his whole career. Let me see. How many times has Jared Goff been sacked? Okay, so as of 2025, Jared Goff has been sacked approximately. Hold on, let me go to. Okay, this is this season, but I want to see in his career. Jared Goff has been sacked, it said approximately 275 times. He's also been in the league for 5 years more than Joe Burrow. Burrow stacking excuse instead of wins. Okay, so you're not giving me an answer. You're just being combative. Goff gets blamed for everything, but when I hear about all these other great QBs, I can't get a straight answer about their faults. Okay. I mean, what are the facts that you're spitting? Look, I care. I love Jared Goff. Man. I'm gonna ride to him with the wheels, but every quarterback needs an offensive line. Even the great Lamar Jackson Wilson, he needs an offensive line. Y'all tripping. Goff is spectacular. Blame Brad and for his protection. Derek, I believe Goff beating the Rams this Sunday will solidify that he is a better quarterback for Detroit instead of Stafford. It will put that debate to silence. You know what, Will? I'm going to be real with you, bro. I already feel like that. I think, and this is no diss to Stafford. Stafford, to me, is not Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not Detroit. And I think that maybe Jared Goff wasn't either. As a matter of fact, he didn't really know that much about Detroit. But turns out, to me, Matthew Stafford was more Hollywood than Jared Goff. We just didn't know. We didn't know, man. So for me, I think that Jared Goff is already the better quarterback for our city and the current regime than Stafford ever was. That's just how I feel. We got a super chat from Roman. What up, my brother? Roman has had the sell the team icon for years. I'm talking about, it's been about 6-7 years that Roman has had that same avatar. Says, real ones know Grid has been pushing for a pass rush since the Patricia era. See what I just tell you? Told him to his face he wanted Everson Griffin. Same problem all these years later. That is a fact. If you have been around for a while, you know that I actually ran into Matt Patricia by mistake. It was the weirdest thing of all time. So quick story for those of you who don't know, because it was a lifetime ago. I used to do DoorDash. So this is like, I started doing DoorDash in February of 2019. So I started doing that. And so I had a delivery in Novi. And if you guys remember during the COVID-19 pandemic, when they were doing the virtual draft, they would show, remember Bill Belichick with the dog in the seat. And so they showed that Matt Patricia lived in Novi. And I'm like, I wonder, because I used to dash in Novi. I'm like, I wonder if I'll ever run into a Lion out here. So I pull up into this gated community. I know now that he's gone, I can tell you exactly where it is. It's a gated community. You need a passcode to get in. So I get in. And so the address that the lady gave me, or that was in the app, I don't know if she did it on purpose, was wrong. So it goes to Matt Patricia's house. So I knock on the door. And, it said leave at door, because this is when they start doing leave at door. You couldn't even pick leave at door before that, I don't think. So I leave at door. I knock on the door. I ring the doorbell. I walk out. I turn the corner, and so I'm walking back to my car. And so the lady, her house is across the street. So imagine like you're at your car, and it's like across the street and a little bit diagonal from where I'm standing. But it's the corner house. So she's like, excuse me, that's supposed to go over here, blah, blah, blah. So maybe it happens a lot. Maybe she was ready for it. She could have just texted me like, yo, it's the wrong address or whatever through the app. So as I'm like, oh, shoot. So as I'm walking back to get the food to give it to put it on the right person, I grab the food, I go back, I give it to the lady. As I'm coming back to the car, Matt Patricia is standing outside of his house. And he's like, did you find the right house? And I'm like, what's up? So yeah, I geeked out. I did geek out because I was like, yo, what are the odds that I run into Matt Patricia? So I'm talking to Matt Patricia, and I'm like, yo, we need a pass rush. And he's like, I know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, we need to get Everson Griffin. This is when, the Minnesota Viking Everson Griffin. He was like, this is what he said. I would love to have Everson Griffin on this team. Later that year, so Everson then signs with the Dallas Cowboys as a free agent. Remember that year that Everson Griffin opted out of his contract with the Minnesota Vikings? He had like this weird stipulation that if he hit a number of sacks, a number of snaps, and a number of games, he could opt out of his contract. He did that. He winds up signing with the Cowboys. And then what did we do later that year? We traded for Everson Griffin at the trade deadline of 2020. And that is my Matt Patricia story. If I saw Brad Holmes, I would do the same exact thing. I'd be like, dog, what is your issue with this pass rush? Do you like defensive ends or what? Like, I would do the exact same thing, and that's my story. As much as I don't like Patricia, that is cool. Yeah, it was definitely cool, man. It was definitely cool. Yep. It's not just the secondary; it's the pass rush. Dallas was a rare game where we were winning and getting home quickly. Most times they are not. And you know what, SW? That's what I'm concerned about. But what I did like is that the fan base did not buy into it. They didn't buy into that everything was fixed. Like, shout out to Al-Qadim Muhammad. He has a career high sacks, and he still got 4 games to go. I think we're going to see more of him outside of, like, I think he's now pushed Davenport down. You could even hear Dan Campbell like, yo, we got to get this guy some more snaps. And I think that he's earned himself a contract somewhere. Is it going to be here? I don't know. But I think that Al-Qadim Muhammad is going to get a decent-sized contract sometime next year, for sure. What is his order? 10 quarter pounders. What? Remember, Titans, it was... It actually wasn't his order. It was for somebody else's. That's cold, though. Did people scream at Brad for a pass rush? Then he hit us with the how many elite pass rushers in the league? Yeah. I wonder what country the Lions will play in next year. Jamal, what is going on, bro? Are you on something today? What are we doing? My brother delivered food to Jameer in Birmingham before. Really? That's crazy, bro. Nick with the super chat says, is it the scheme or lack of talent at a pass rusher? I think it's the talent. I do. I think you can scheme. If you scheme a game, right, you can get what we got against Lamar, 7 sacks. You can get what we got against Caleb. We sacked Caleb 4 times. So I want to know what the Lions are going to do after this multiple sack game, right? We sacked Lamar, we sacked Caleb 4, and then we sacked Lamar 7 a week later. If we sacked Dak 5 times, what do we have waiting for us this week, the week after that? You know what I'm saying? How many times are we going to get to old man Flacco? I mean, old man Rodgers. How many times? So I think for the Lions specifically, I think it's talent. I think it is. I think it is. We need some talent on this team. We need to push for AQM as much as possible. He's the only one. Look, AQM has pushed himself. He pushed himself. If Calvin Shepard does not put him in over Marcus Davenport or give him more opportunities, then that's his fault. There's no doubt that for everything I say about AQM, he's definitely earned the right to be the number 2 this season for sure. The last of the Lions have international games next season. Yeah, but I thought he said where would the Lions play next year, as in like where are they going to be relocated? So that's my fault. I misunderstood that. What up, man? What's good with you, bro? Says, what's good, D? In the chat, you trying to go abroad? I know probably spoken. No, bro. No, bro. I'm not. I'm chilling. I'm not. First of all, season ticket holder most likely, right? So then there's that. And then I'm going to save up to go abroad into a country I can't understand what they're saying no, I'm good. Maybe down the line, maybe, 50, 55, wifey, like I want to go somewhere. We kind of do a, 2 birds, 1 stone trip, but nah, that ain't happening. I'm good in good old America. I'm good in America. Give me America, Canada, but America, I'm straight. I'm good. Keeping my butt right in the good old America. Hassanine got injured in preseason game 2. Please stop with that. Yes, Shane Zylstra should be back. I definitely see a Lions game in the UK. Now, the UK, I'm going to have to go to that. UK, bro, I don't know what it is about the UK. Because, UK is like the USA. You know what I'm saying? I can see myself going to the UK. Me and the wife are there planning early. That's what's up, bro. Hey, let me know how it is. You better come back, too. You better come back, bro. Seen Laporta shopping, and I was starstruck. I would have been like, what up, Sam? What's good, man? Says we need a good edge rusher opposite of Hutch. Going to get a Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson isn't realistic. Okay, Nick. What? Trey, I think Trey got a little more realistic now. I really do. The issue is, let's do this and we'll wrap up the show because we overtime now. Would you still want Trey Hendrickson next year? He'll be 32. Would you still want Trey Hendrickson? Because I got some thoughts. From what I saw in the Dallas game, okay, so let me see. Other than the 1 sack, Hutch really isn't getting home. I think he's gassed. Hey, SW, when you playing 95% of the snaps, that's probably true. I'm not saying he can't do more, but yeah. Trey injured? Nope. I take him at the right price. Yeah, I like to have Hutch. Let me see. I'm 100% positive. I'm the one that's ding Steve. Let me see. No, the dude is done. Absolutely, says 1021. What up, my dog? Y'all tripping. If you say no, y'all tripping. You are tripping, bro. He got a strained core muscle that needs to be worked on. And then that's it. That's it, bro. Y'all, if you say no, you tripping. You tripping. For the right price, though, yeah. But what I think is going to happen, Lions, Brad shown me he does not care. He does not care. So it's not realistic because of that. But if you told, because think about this. Think about if I'm Brad Holmes, my draft picks are limited, right? My time in Detroit is also limited. Let's be real. Let's have a real conversation. Because as much as you hate for me to say it, and I'll read that super chat in a minute, Brad Holmes got 2 years left on his deal right now. So if Martha or Sheila don't extend him this offseason, then he got 2 years left. These are the facts. So here it is. Here we go. If I'm Melvin, Bradley, Matthias, Jerome, Cornelius, Leonardo Holmes, you know what I'm doing? After the season is over. Let me read this super chat real quick. Roman, 499 says, Grid, I'm a cane about how the Lions taking what is that? Bane or Melchizedek in the draft? Oh, like, okay, a hurricane. That's what you mean. I have no idea, bro. To be real, I don't think about the draft during the season. We got 8 months of off season. We got months and months and months of Mel Kiper. We got all months of Mel Kiper. I like to stay in the season. I appreciate the super chat. All right. So think about this. Tell me if there's anything wrong with this scenario. You know, I'm about to cook right now. Let me cook. Let me get my chef hat. Let me cook. Brad Holmes, after the season, Lions get bounced out. I don't know. Maybe they make it to the divisional round. And so if I'm Brad Holmes, if I'm Sheila, I'm like, come on in here, Brad. Come on, get my mother. Let me get Mom. Come on in here. Open the door so she can come in on her little scooter, right? Because you know Martha and Sheila go everywhere. So I'm like, Mom, come on in here. Come on to the boardroom. Let's have this conversation. Brad, and here you know, this is how you know it's coming. Brad, if Sheila say, Brad, you've done a fantastic, phenomenal job with the Detroit Lions over the past 5 years. We are so grateful for what you've done to this team. Now you know the bad news is coming. But you know, my mom and I want to know what's going on. How are we going to get over the hump, Brad? Can you tell us how you're going to get us over the hump? Brad Holmes got 2 years, right? So unless that conversation, Brad walk in there, he got on the positional villain shirt. He walks in there. He sits down and he, you know, he got a little coffee, whatever he got, and he see Martha, he greets Martha, he hugs, woo, he bangs the table, all of that stuff, right? And then, you know what? I'm so happy you're in a good mood because I got some questions. So, we would like to extend you, but we need to know what's the plan? What's the plan here? How are we going to get over this hump? We seem to be a little stuck, Bradley, Melvin. How are we going to get over this? And so Brad walks out of the room with no extension. He has 0 extension. So now, for the first time in his career as a Detroit Lions general manager, he has 2 years left on his deal. Think about that. They got started. Yes, he had 2 years once before after 2023. So now, but now he just got 2 years, right? He got an additional 1 or 2, whatever it was. So now he's saying, Now he's saying, okay, well, what do I got to do? Now he like the dude from Chappelle. He like, I need to do something. I need to figure something out. Okay. Now what is this all boiling down to? If you, Brad Holmes, you got a situation, right? You don't have the first round picks anymore from Stafford, which low key has been pedestrian. You got Penei Sewell. He was right there, right? Then you got the 2 Matthew Stafford years of first round picks. Then you come out of that and you real mediocre right now. You got Terrion Arnold done. You got Tyleek Williams. Jury still's out, right? So if I'm Brad, if you got a lot of holes to fill, you might need an offensive lineman. You probably do, right? You have no 3rd round pick because you traded for Isaac Tesla. So now those draft picks are dwindling down. Now, in his defense, when he came in here, he had 5. Matt Patricia left him with 5. Those 5 turned into Penei Sewell. They turned into if he came from Matthew Stafford. You got St. Brown. You got Derek Barnes. So you can work with a little bit. So unless you got, you can work that magic again. But what if you're Brad Holmes and he's saying, you know what? I went to that room. I thought I was going to get an extension, but I didn't get that extension, bro. So what that means I'm doing something wrong. I need to do something else. So what if Brad, he decides to use that first round pick on an O-lineman, maybe, and he decides, you know what? Maybe it's time I do something about this edge rush position. Maybe it's time. Don't forget that Trey Hendrickson had a connection with Dan Campbell. All right? Dan Campbell was there when he was drafted with Sean Payton and them. Call him up. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You finally out that situation. You ready to be a Detroit Lion. Because you signed him to a 2-year deal. We give you 2 years, blah, 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 right? It lets you worry about Branch, Laporta, Gibbs, and Campbell. And you don't have to draft one, not this year. You can wait till next year. You don't have to draft one this year. You invest in Trey. You make sure he good. He only got a little abdominal tear or something like that. He going to be good to go. They thought it was his back. They thought it was his hip. He got a core muscle situation. He'll be all right. He take 2 of these, call me in the morning. Get surgery. Take this, do some recovery, and you good to go. So what if we finally get a guy to help Aiden, okay? Because Brad know that his time is limited. And I think a lot of that, I think we might see a different Holmes this year. And, shout out to Rich Eisen with the higher register segment. I think it's a brilliant segment. It's something that I should have thought of because I'm always doing a higher register. But in a higher register, I think he might have learned something this year. He might have learned something because one thing Brad has not done is shown any type of growth. It's all like this stubborn, I'm not going to change. I'm going to do everything. We're going to get the mystery man to win. Maybe you need actual talent on the team, Brad. And then that connection between Dan Campbell and Trey, you like, yo, Trey is a dog, man. Get him over here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Trey looking to probably, and the reason that I brought him up is because now you're saying, well, okay, Trey, you coming off an injury. Yeah, it ain't that big of a deal, but you have no sample size for that. You got like 4 sacks last year. So, the price might have went down, my brother. You are over 30, right? You are kind of on the wrong side of 30. So why don't you, we got that. Maybe Dan Campbell, like, yo, I'll give you a bunch of Applebee's gift cards or something. You know what I'm saying? You want to get in a commercial with Applebee's? I don't know. Maybe Dan can sweeten the pot a little bit. Bring him in here cheaper. Because let's be real. Trey Hendrickson is on the end. Like he's not ramping up like Myles Garrett. Miles still at 30 is like, yo, wrecking everybody. So there's my proposal for Trey to try to get an edge rusher. Maybe Brad finally learned his lesson. But I was like, yo, the way Muhammad was playing, I'm like, here we go. He about to sign. It's going to be like breaking news. The Detroit Lions signed Al-Qadim Muhammad to a 4-year, $40 million deal. Like, that's what's going to happen. So there we go. Here, him and Morton are art. Brad just going to tell Sheila, I'm the best you ever had. That's what he going to say? That's what he going to say? Oh, a GM job is to seize the opportunity. Brad Holmes is incapable of that. Steve Lion says, Lions love Hutch. I don't trust these pressure statistics. How quick are the pressures? How many of the pressures result in negative plays versus positive plays? Hey, SW, I think you can actually look on and find out that information, bro. They got like all type of, you might have to pay for it though, but it might be available on NFL Pro. They got a lot of stats, bro. NFL Pro. So many is like, yo, you can like narrow it down to the finest detail. So that is my kind of end of the show. Trey is entering the ring chasing stage of his career. There you go, Patrick. There you go. And okay, let me just say this one thing. We'll wrap up the show. Think about this. I just thought about this. You know how everybody with that comment, the ring chasing comment, right? What if people, instead of maybe is the Chiefs, are they done? Are the Chiefs cooked? So are the Chiefs cooked? And will the Lions do enough between now and the end of their season to be a place where people could see like chase rings? Is that a legit, like the Chiefs could be cooked, bro? And then you like, I don't want to be in the AFC, but you know who I can really see, especially if you're on defense, I can really see the Houston Texans becoming like mad appeal, bro. Mad appeal. But I could also see the Detroit Lions where you would want to come there. And it's specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Like, you know what? Y'all was doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that defensive person to be like, listen, I'm going to take your defense to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been all right. Y'all start off good, then you fall off a cliff. Now you middle of the pack. I'm going to take you in the top 10. We going to stay in the top 10. Who is that guy? And will Brad even want him? Y'all know I ain't lying. Will Brad even want him? Because you know what you're going to be playing? Somebody once told me the world was going to roll me. Watch what I say, bro. Watch what I say. As a matter of fact, we might start like the free agency period with that song. I might get a all-star t-shirt made because that's what Brad is going to do. He has done nothing different in 5 years. He's going to do the same thing. Watch. Al-Qadim Muhammad is going to get a multi-year deal to stay here. We are going to sign Josh Pascal. He's coming back. Watch what I tell you, bro. Watch what happens. Anyway, watch the show. 1A says, I was just listening to that show. Yo, somebody was like, that song was so it was in Shrek, it was in Mystery Men, I think Mystery Men was like the first. Somebody said it was in Rat Race. I hated that movie. I hated Rat Race. Was so boring. I remember wanting to walk out of the theater. It's only been like a few movies I've ever wanted to get up. Rat Race was one of them. And Superman 2025. I was like, why am I here? I hate this movie. Only reason with the family, we almost got up and walked out. But I was like, man, I done spent $100. So we gonna watch it. I'm gonna see what's up. Only two, bro. Superman, trash. Anyway, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. We'll be back on Spike Kool-Aid tomorrow on Syndicate Sports Detroit. We hit 32.2 thousand subscribers. I am not one of those podcasters that's begging every 5 seconds for you to subscribe to the channel. I'm not that guy, man. You can do what you want to do. You are your own boss, all right? With that being said, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I will see you next week. Rams, Lions, game of the year. Let's go.